This shit is so fun to remind me of a time where I hit the motherfucking pipe and blasted off one night. I was so fucking high. I was a part of the sky, giving trials and miles underneath each step. I was addicted to the high life, the limelight, the modern day strife. It only takes one to ignite a flame that burns bright. We want to keep them in our eyes before they leave no trace of anyone's spiritual guide, 'cause they're just fires. Flames don't attain a soul. They don't get old. They burn. But when they take turns, because they'd rather belong in a firm, graced position over a worm, you know they gotta learn how to get up some way. I'm done leaving an array of the sun's cadence. I'm a runaway. You can't stunt like I play. I'm not a kumquat, so I ain't on your plate. Don't say that you ate. Let me demonstrate the gateway that we place over Hades, because it's not delayed. And I ain't afraid to say that I got it made. You want to take a day off and go to the bay in the soft sand in your hands while you make a castle? It would be so sweet while you're on your knees making balconies for the queen and the king. They better bring bling. You know they swinging them things. They want a cream in their dreams. They want to breathe the breeze, but that's naughty. You cause a calamity. Those damn thieves taken from the pantry anything that's believed to be conceived can be taken away from its entry and beckoned over trees, 'cause they make the money. If they ain't coming with money, they're just fronting. I already seen the crummy way they teach the bums around here, thinking there's something with their mama's cream. You know they're just trying to belong in my song, even though they're so wrong. I'll bring a wand next time and catch you by the thong and give you an earful about how you're not a dear old lady. You shouldn't be congregating on the fate of me. You should be gracing where I lay and sheet. Yes, even where I sheet. My beaver is kept clean. I need weed fur and a lighter that bring the heat. Complete when I meet whoever made my physique. It's quite a treat going on adventures with me. Tall ass trees, ballin' as we grieve, 'cause they've fallen once we conceived a thought from the 2050s. You think you can crawl in and be perceived as at least a shoulder to cry on or a meat eater. Lawless and never bleeding over the cause 'cause they're so fleek. They bring a Marlboro and just peek into the sorrow of another's secret. The bars get narrower as these heathens get pardoned, and even when they're quarreling, they're beating those charges like demons. They align with the Lord or some shit. Then they deem them large like prophets. Only the meanest garbage roaring. It's like the sequence of blarging and charging has become the neater film compared to what I bargain to these heartless little peeps in the biz. Marvel at my mom's garland on her tree on Christmas. gargle the sea while you come in on a surfboard brim. Now you're part of the week-old sardines that now believe in him, the devil, because God won't meet them in the garden of evil. And that's where they started to retreat to. And he thought it was bought filth. He thought he'd hardly see them. But then they startled MILFs. I guess they were getting seated. Now they have marble eyes and nymph skin. That heart sure beats still. No dark grim appeal. I'll cart the milk and return to my sister. At least they ain't still swarming for my gifts. I'll give them when I see fit. Go mark up the dribble of Dale Dodson's penis. It got in my middle, my inners. I ain't a sinner. I'd rather go through winter than to him give me his girth. I'd rather get a splinter than him give me his worth of birth. I should be in the Guinness Book of World Records for how many times I want to murk this jerk. And surge, plural, birds, to circuit his turds back into his nerves every time he splurge into a little girl. And I can do things like that because I'm past first grade. I'll tell you when they come in the hearse. I ain't make it that way. This'll be a burst of flames, and he'll thirst his cranium. And I ain't giving him no swerving lane. He better curb it and aim at his own purple foot strain. I ain't giving it a name. If it came, hopefully he got slain, cause we ain't going for what he's flowing. He'll need a whole tow truck for that boner. I swear he's two-toned for a bitch. He ain't even known in the pits. He acting like he grown as shit. Look at all these going nowhere pimps. They're ferocious, if you give a shit. They take doses with no limit. That's what I made my dome for, this gimmick. For the trippers and the ones wigging out on the SID for show. And the mushrooms. I got a bunch of dudes who are clutch when you need a smooth or rough tune. We got a bunch of moves that'll make you much interluded. When the intermission come to bitchin' about like we need something in it, about the Grinches that robbed us of Christmas. And I'm like, who is this? We ain't got time for this shit. Then the grass was green, just like the Grinch's entire being. And I almost screamed. I never noticed the scene. Reminded me of he. Anyway, I guess that's just how it be out here in the Maple Heights city. No time to gripe or pity. Hand me the mic and I'll grill your teeth. Or I'll pipe you in the mouth because you're hitting my tree. To smite anyone who takes after ya heathen ass, breathing ass, cleaver in your stash, leaving them to ash like any other creamer of the crop or the cash. They say they going past anyone who leaves in the lapse that it took for them to overdraft the money stash. It's all a trap. I don't hate you because you're black. I hate you because you made a map to get all of this. All my diamonds. All the ones climbing in for a variety of my microdosing. Heightened to a host when I mightily boast about my grin being mighty and moist so I can give kisses. And I like it with a little moisture on my lips. It's tradition. If you wanna glisten, if you want them to listen to the price tag that they might haggle down to a slight bragging point, then they'll buy it from you, for you, from the joint, for a few coins. Did I say my mouth was moist? Yeah, I mean it. Not for that penis, but for singing. I want my mouth blingin' one day. Not filled with cream and shit from a deep dish pizza. You know the string cheese is a myth. It gets greasier when it's on the pepperoni. I know that's a bit of info that you can't admit because you're an info for them pepperoni sausages. Let them slosh in ya. Even possums give it up for that lozenge in a cup. Talking about that purple stuff. They're gawking and I can't get enough. Rocking it for another puff of that robin egg blue. Jolly Rancher getting mixed up with the bubbly. Popping it for a dub. Cause they're robbing my nest for a plug into the cost in the net so they could come up. They need to get gone or else. I don't have trust. Gotta be bossy while I'm in the club. So they know the sauce come from me and not some plump, butted bitch with a fupa in the front. I'm honest and I do give a fuck. I'm the bombest bitch and I will erupt like a Klondike if you're smooth as a rift from Metallica.